Bryce here. So I was on a consultation call yesterday for a gentleman that was thinking about doing our mentorship program. And he asked me a question that I haven't quite been asked before. And I haven't really articulated this answer up until now. And asked a question. He said, I've tried a couple of other courses and they just weren't successful for me. So, like, what kind of makes your not just course, but your methodology different? And, like, why does it work when other stuff has not worked for people? And, the first question I always ask is, well, what did you try before? Like, I don't necessarily need to name like the course that he tried, but like what was the methodology behind what he did? And what he was saying was that it was an advertising based course. So basically what it is like they make some kind of free ebook or free guide. They put it on Facebook. They spend, anywhere between $500 to $5,000 on ads, and they kind of hope that people either buy after they get the ebook, they book a call, or you send emails to them and they book a call. Now, that methodology is very, very, very challenging for 95% of beginners. Okay? Now, the reason why is because you don't necessarily have a basic foundation, which we're going to cover today. Like, this is the foundation that makes every type of marketing work for your business if you can get it and understand it. Okay, so what's the problem with this? So number one, a lot of people are just opting in for your free guide, right? So they're not opting in, just means like giving you their email address to get a free guide. They're not necessarily trying to work with you, right? So when the thing they call it a lead magnet, it's just something that gets people interested enough to give you the information. Nowadays, a lot of people put fake contact information just to get access to the thing that's on the other side. So they'll put in like www.myfakeemail@gmail.com and they'll give you a fake phone number, and then because they know that as soon as they put that in, on the next page there's a link to the guide. Now, so when you start trying to email them to get them to book a call, you don't have their contact information. So that means that you just basically wasted money on that email, right? Because you can never contact them again. Number two, your guide then has to be strong enough to get someone that just found out you existed. The person has come from the depths of Facebook, and the murky depths of Facebook is very deep. You'll run into some of the wildest people you've ever met when you start spending money on advertising on Facebook. Let's be honest. Like I had a person. It was crazy. I had a person that like book called me one time that it was just crazy. It was just crazy. It was crazy how bad of a call it was. But you live and you learn. But then what starts happening is now, okay, so let's say that you do get a certain percentage of people, they read the guide, but the guide is not necessarily strong enough to get the person to book a call because they just met you, right? So now you're trying to send these emails to people every single day, but then they unsubscribe from your email list because they don't really care about the emails you're sending and they get tired of reading them. Or even what happens even more often, your emails just start going to spam because people who buy the guide just say, I don't remember who this person is. I just want a free guide. I saw this thing on Facebook. Now this random person's emailing me. I think it's spam. So now less and less of your emails are being sent to less and less of your leads, and it's just a downward spiral. So now you're bleeding money. You're not really getting any calls booked. Since you're not getting calls booked, you're not really getting clients, right? That's what happens with advertising. Okay. Now, what makes what we do different? So when you're advertising, the reason why the downward spirals is all these different places that leads can go out, right? So one, they give you bad contact information, means you just lost a lead. Two, a person reads your guide, forgets they have the guide, doesn't ever book a call. Three, your emails don't work, so now you don't actually get people to book a call. So it's three places that you're losing energy, right? So you're basically, the money that you're investing into the ads is leaving your business. Versus for us, whenever we invest either money into ads or we invest money, we invest time, right? So that there's some kind of currency. The currencies are either time or money. Now, when you're starting out, it's a little bit easier and safer to spend your own time as a currency. Now, it does not have to be a lot of time. It can be 30 minutes to an hour a day. But when we spend this, let's say, for example, we're going and getting leads to follow us on LinkedIn or Facebook, right? Now, if you like Facebook, you're more comfortable with Facebook, you can start off with Facebook. If I personally recommend LinkedIn, just because LinkedIn gives you better targeting and like better research capabilities, right? So you can see approximately how much revenue someone's doing. You can understand what type of industry they're in. There's just a lot more is kind of exposed when you're talking to them than what it is on Facebook. So, but every single time that someone follows us, right, we know it's the real person. They're following us, and now they're communicating back and forth with us. Now, sometimes people will, ignore your message right away and they won't respond to you. That's okay, but you're not losing them. And if you were to invest in advertising, right, I recommend like people don't invest in ads until you're at least doing $5 to $7 grand a month in your business. If you're not doing $5 grand or $7 grand a month in your business, please don't do advertising. You don't have the foundation strong enough to get people to convert. Now, so the main thing is you don't have those leaks, right? So now the main place that you're going and messaging people is within the social media platform. So you can have conversations. If you want, you can make posts. Now, you don't have to make posts, but it is something that can be helpful, okay? So now the next thing is when the energy is not leaving, the next stage is going to be pipeline management. So once a lead has then gone and joined your ecosystem, we'll call it an ecosystem, right? You have to be able to work within the time frames with which this person operates. So it's very, very rare that you're going to meet someone and the first time that they ever meet you, they're like, oh, I've been looking for this service and I want to pay you $1 gazillion. Person I just met 5 minutes ago, who I don't know if you're going to run away with my money. Very unlikely that's going to happen, right? That might happen depending on your profile and your structure. Might happen every 1 out of 200 people, right? So 200 people that you either meet or connect with, one of them is going to automatically give you as much money as you're asking for as soon as you're asking for it. But it's very hard to build a business because most people cannot get 200 friends in the span of a month. It depends who you are. We just had a new student join our mentorship program about a week ago, and she had 1,400 people follow her on Facebook in the span of like 2 weeks. That's very, very large. So she's going to have like a really good amount of money in there. And now we're just talking about like the messenger script. And this basically, actually, this is a good example. This is a pipeline manager we're talking about. How do you actually start converting leads into dollars? So first understand the time frames, right? So there's going to be some people that buy 1 day after they meet you. There's some people that buy 10 days. Some people buy 50 days. Some people buy 250 days after they meet you. You have to kind of be able to understand which person are you talking to? Are you talking to right now a person that's a 1 day conversion window? That means that they sign up in 1 day. Or we're talking to a person that's going to sign up with you in 250 days. And each one of those people need to be spoken to slightly differently. But if you don't understand that, you think everyone buys the exact same time frame in the exact same way, you're going to be really frustrated when that does not happen. So you have to understand that, right? Now, that's a principle of sales and marketing. Now, here's the thing. When you're starting out your business, a lot of people are operating like accountants and bookkeepers. But if you have 0 clients, you've not really unlocked your ability to be a bookkeeper or be an accountant yet. You have to be a sales and marketing person first to then unlock the ability to do accounting and bookkeeping within your own business. Now, that's another thing, right? So by learning these principles of sales and marketing, it allows whatever you do to be successful. So for example, I can get clients. So I got a client at a salsa dance event the other day. I get clients when I go to the airport, right? I'm just sitting there waiting for my plane. I've gotten clients in the grocery store. I've gotten clients at church, right? I've gotten clients through advertising. I've got clients through referral partners. I've got clients through networking events. I've got clients through Yelp. I've gotten clients through these online lead selling vendors, right? I can get leads from almost anywhere. Because it's not about the marketing platform itself or the type of marketing. It's about I have the underlying skill set to gain interest, to gain attention, and then to convert that interest and attention at the time frame with which they are going to come to me. Okay? So that's the big thing that's going to make this stuff work. That's the magic sauce. It's understanding communication, understanding time frames. And then there's an energetic component too. So a lot of people, they're playing not to lose instead of playing to win. Now, if you have a full-time job, right? And your bills are paid. Maybe it's not, maybe not like super wealthy or anything like that, but your bills are paid. Maybe you're putting away an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month after bills. Okay, you've done the work and you've been responsible enough financially to start taking risks to go and attack. Okay, so your business needs to be on attack mode. Whereas most people come energetically like, oh, I'm so afraid, like I can't invest in a mentorship program because like, what if I don't get a client? It's like, well, what if you do get a client? Like you're already safe in your life, right? So in order for you to actually go to that next level, you have to come with more of an attacking mentality. I'm going to pay money to this and I'm going to get a result. I'm going to do this initiative, I'm going to get a result. I'm going to try this market, I'm going to get a result. As long as the marketing is not like really type of advertising or above your current skill set, then you need to go and approach it in more of an attacking manner. Because if you're coming in this stuff and you're going very, very like defensive, business owners can feel that, man. And like, it's very interesting. It's almost like let's say maybe you can relate to this. If you're like a young lady watching this, or some kind of lady watching this, right? And you've ever just been walking around, there's this guy that starts trying to talk to you, and you just get this kind of weird feeling, and it's like you don't know exactly what that weird feeling is, but you're just like, I don't want to talk to this person anymore, right? Maybe it was just the person was super nervous, right? And like he was interested in you, and he just got super nervous, but he was kind of giving creeper vibes, right? It's the same thing with business owners. It's like it's like they're business owners that are successful and that are actually going to pay you well for your help. They're living in a world of success where things are working. They're in high vibration. They're in movement. They're motivated. And when you kind of come like with this like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work, I'm scared. It's like a disconnect, and they'll be like, I don't understand. Why am I feeling weird? Like what's going on here? And they're not going to want to talk to you further, and there's going to be this downward spiral. So you have to get into attack mode and move aggressively, safe but aggressively. Safe but aggressively. It's kind of like if you're rock climbing. So oftentimes with rock climbing, they talk about a principle of, for at least for beginners intermediate, before you go plant your weight, make sure that you can reach the foothold and just do a test, like put some of your weight on to make sure your foot's going to stick, and then you commit fully to that thing, right? But it's the same thing. It's like, so you put a little bit in, you protect yourself, you make sure that your footing is stable and secure, then you go and put your full commitment to it. Full commitment, right? That's how business is. You protect yourself, you make sure the thing you're doing is safe, it's not going to burn you out money-wise, it's not going to suck all your time, and you just go and attack. And that's it, man. That's the secret. We don't lose leads. We understand the time frame, and we have messenger scripts of like how to talk to different people at different stages, and energetically we're playing to win, not playing not to lose. That's the difference. That's the secret. If you can do that, and I know that's like, well, Bryce, what do you specifically do? And it's like, we have 1,500 videos on this channel that show you what we do. Now, if you want some help and don't want to watch 1,500 videos, go ahead and click the link inside the description below the video to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program, okay? I will talk to you soon. Have a good rest of your day.